Greetings once again, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Spa.
Fantastic. That was the fastest lap.
We recorded a provisional pole time with the super softs, but it wasn't good enough to stay on the front row, so I thought I'd better go out on ultras and improve on my time. That's exactly what we did here with the pole lap.
Just 30 seconds left in the session. Dropping down the order, you're currently in P4.
Across the line we come to record our fourth pole of the season, but not only would it be pole position for me, but it would be a front row lockout for Mercedes. Danny crossing the line to go second, the only two cars in the 43s. We'd have to watch out for Maznat and Stewart on the supers, the alternate strategy potentially working. Now in qualifying we saw clear race prediction, but then when the race came round there was a drop of rain, smack bang in the middle, so this could throw up a very exciting race. Now the lights were out and off we go. Danny with an incredible start. She looks to the outside. I was hoping to brake a little bit earlier here so as not to run her wide. However, there was contact from behind.
Okay, we're through the start phase. Now let's build on it.
I actually had to back out towards Eau Rouge. That gave Cart Dude a free position. He'd already secured P3 over Maz, who I believe chipped a bit of his wing against the back of my car. Now a huge run we both had on Danny, obviously with no slipstream. We were sitting duck down Camel Straight on lap 1. And on the outside comes the Sauber, so Mercedes demoted to P2 and 3. This is really not ideal at all. We squandered our front row. It was all about positioning basically. Cart Dude did a great job to scythe his way through, and he was quick, but we were too, and so was Bozzer evidently on that first flying lap. Now I went for an alternate strategy.
Exit now. You'll be racing as you leave the pits.
Ooh, unsafe release there? Question mark.
Okay, gap ahead is 7.2 seconds.
We triggered some earlier pit stops. Now I was hoping this would mean some people would struggle by the end of the race on softs. I was immediately going for either a 2-stop onto inters or onto ultras. We were quick and we were able to take the lead. We caught and lapped Sabre struggling in that McLaren, and his struggles would end at the top of Eau Rouge when he was found perpendicular to the track and parts of his car strewn across the Camel Straight. Now you can see spits of rain here, and it meant that Blanchimont was no longer flat, and the guys on softs were all over me. Cart Dude and Stewart had gone much longer on the opening stint, particularly than me, but Stewart even longer, having started on those super softs.
Okay, I think it might be just about time to come and change these tyres.
Sabre's car was still there a lap later, but this time I had to defend. Stewart was all over me. He'd just taken the position of Cart Dude.
The radar's showing a clear patch on its way. There's about 10 more minutes of this rain.
Yeah, actually going to run across the corner, and we'll have to give that position back. Even though the game is not making us, we'll allow his nose in front, but try not to let Cart Dude through as well. There he goes. Oh, the brakes take us very deep into Rivage. 3 cars in a space that they shouldn't really be in. We've been touched there by Stewart. Flicked across the inside of the corner with no name. Now he's defending from Cart Dude. It's very slippery, and there's only 7 and a bit laps to go. What will we do strategy wise? It seems that Stewart has a lot more grip than me. He is already in front before Blanchamont. We're going to have to let him through. That would be suicide to go through there side by side, and he almost lost it himself. So you can see just how treacherous these conditions are. But I'm going to flick the switch here now and go into the pits, see if anyone will take the bait.
DRS has been disabled by the stewards. DRS will be offline.
Beautiful timing on the bluff. I'm going to ultras here.
Exit now.
That one drop of rain won't last for the rest of the race. Stewart's taken the bait, he's on to inters. So he is pretty much compromised from this point on. And anyone that goes to inters probably will have a bad time of it. So he comes out in front of us. Boz is also in front of us. I haven't gone long. He doesn't have to make another pit stop, but he'll be struggling on tyres in comparison. Certainly myself. Stewart actually has grip at this point, but it won't be for very long. He gets past Bozza, and not 2 corners afterwards, I have the traction I require towards Pilon. 2 compound difference as well in terms of softness, and through we go, back up onto the podium. So now the question was, could Stewart catch Cart Dude, or would his tyres go off in the meantime? The answer was Stewart struggled. It dried out pretty soon, and I was straight past him under traction towards Stabilo and up into P2. Cart Dude, we did catch him quite a lot in that stint, but I didn't make enough headway on the supers on my second stint to make the strategy work. He wins the race, his second of the season, after Monaco, so he wins every 6 races apparently. Despite finishing second, I'm actually bitterly disappointed with this event. The win was there for either one of the Mercedes drivers. Unfortunately, only one of us on the podium having looked out the front row, so I feel that's a dead loss of a race. Maz recovers to third after early damage. Next race is in Monza. I've been Jacko. See you then.